Crimea is an autonomous republic of Ukraine, and it's a very unique region of Ukraine because of its distance between Kiev and Simferopol, the capital of autonomous republic, because of the status of autonomous republic, and because of the border position of Crimea in a map of Ukraine. So it's unique in political, in ethnic meaning, and we can speak about Crimean Ukrainians, Crimean Russians, and it's quite different sometimes from Russians or Ukrainians who live in another region of Ukraine. It's multicultural region, and it's only the one place and native land of a very special ethnic cultural group, Crimean Tatars. And all these things which has happened in Crimea recently, it's very unpredictable thing. If you come in Crimea maybe even 3 months ago, you will never see Russian symbols or Russian flags in Crimea in a total meaning. I mean, if you come to Catalonia, you see Catalonian flag on every balcony, and people are very strong in their position. It's quite different to Crimea. You have never seen this before the annexation. People, Crimean Russians, for a long time support Ukrainian political parties, and pro-Russian political parties in Crimea, they have a very low rating, and they have no trust because of corruption, because some conflict processes which always took place in the political sphere of Crimean Russians. And all these events which has happened were unpredictable for Crimeans, Russians, for Crimean Ukrainians, and especially for the Crimean Tatars. Because of deportation, Crimean Tatars was an ethnic group which was deported from Crimea in a stunning time because some political interests, and it was a very hard time for this ethnic group because one-third of Crimean Tatar died during the deportation. And for the Crimean Tatar, Russian Federation still is a successor of Soviet Union. So they're always very afraid of Russian influence in Crimea. And now when annexation has happened, it's a very painful topic for the Crimean people, how to live in Crimea. Because they possess a strong ethnic identity, they always struggle for national territorial autonomy in the Ukraine, Crimean Tatar national territorial autonomy, because they have no other native land. And now they're afraid that they will split and then disappear from Crimea, because they are only 300,000 in population. It's a very small group. They're very tight, but it's very small it's a problem now. It's a problem for the Crimean Ukrainians who for a long time living in Crimea. Most of them has Crimean registration and they work in Crimea, but they live in the Russian-speaking language space. We can see now in news, in Russian news, that Crimeans, Russians always were discriminated by Ukraine. It's not so, because Crimea is a totally Russian-speaking region in Ukraine. And Ukrainians in Crimea has only 2 schools among 300 schools in which they could have Ukrainian language as a language of education. All other higher education establishments also wrote in Russian language. So we have never discrimination of Russian language or Russian culture in Crimea. But for the Ukrainians it always was a problem. As a majority in Ukraine, they feel themselves like minority in Crimea. And it was a strong task for them to keep their Ukrainian identity. Now they risk to lose not even Ukrainian identity, but Ukrainian citizenship as well. I'm a Ukrainian citizen who registered not in Crimea, but in other region of Ukraine. It was never a problem for me to work and to live in Crimea, but now I could not live in Crimea because I'm at risk to lose my Ukrainian citizenship. According to the new statement of interim Crimean government, all Ukrainians in Crimea have 1 month to make special document to refuse from Russian citizenship if they want. But it's very unclear and very untransparent procedure, and nobody could say that it will work. And a lot of people are afraid of refusion because they became visual in a region, and they're afraid of some violence or other things. It's a problem for them also. And for the Crimean Russian, it was also unpredictable situation when Russia came to Crimea. Because even the structure of identity, I'm an ethnic psychologist whose field of expertise is identity transformation in Crimea is a multicultural region. So we have a lot of research how the identity of Russian, Ukrainians, and Ukrainians are transformed during the generation because they have 20 years of independence of Ukraine, and then identity transforms its content. And for the Crimean Russian, for the next generation, I mean people of my age at 30 or people of 20 years old and so who was born in Ukraine, who has Ukrainian citizenship. It's rather complicated an identity when they feel cultural belongingness to the Russian culture, but they have also strong Ukrainian citizenship. And it is a mistake to consider that Russian-speaking people or Russians in Ukraine or even in Crimea, they all support for Russian Federation. It's not so. And these people feel the same also not so good because they feel blame because of Russian Federation action in Crimea. And for now, this situation still uncertain because we have no dialogue, we have no even space for dialogue, for understanding this Crimea now, as I know, on official and even on unofficial level. And interim government of Crimea totally work for Russian Federation, and they just refuse to give information, to go for dialogue, to support people who want to keep some bridges with Ukraine. So the situation is hard, but I can answer your question with a better way for me to understand what's most interesting for you.
Thank you very much, Olga.